Hello everyone, what is up? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Today we're going to be talking about what's happening with XRP in the XRP community. Now as you can see here from CoinMarketCap, XRP almost 16 cents right there. Most coins are consolidating, fluctuating up and down little by little. Before we jump into the news, guys, I would like to state I'm not a financial advisor, nor this financial advice. It's just for entertainment value only. Now we can see here from Boy XRP. This was from 2017. Let's watch it.
At the same time, you can begin to introduce this element of questioning whether the Fed's model works. Have we really solved the problem? If there is another crash, aren't we going to be in worse shape than we were with that one? Are we going to go to negative interest rates? Because that undermines the morality of democratic capitalism.
Right.
And I think he might feel compelled to take up these big questions and push hard to do something. I mean, he's a disruptor. And, and we need a disruptive voice on the Fed as well.
Well, moving on, what do you see to expect from the Treasury going forward?
I think we're already seeing a new emphasis on the importance of exchange rate stability and a international monetary system that provides a foundation for productive growth. So just getting the language in. It used to be Treasury would always say, we want a strong dollar. Well, if you mean a dependable dollar, yes. But let's say dependable dollar, because President Trump actually understands the impact of a strong or a weak dollar on economic performance. And he said the only thing great about a strong dollar is it sounds good, but in fact it can cause us problems as well.
Right.
So I think we'll see more of a focus. I would like to see that lead to some other initiatives. I'm doing my best. But I can't promise, and it depends on the timing and the necessity.
Interesting, because this video ties to the next tweet from CNBC Now. Breaking: Federal Reserve cuts rates to zero and launches massive $700 billion quantitative easing program. There you go, guys. Rates cut to zero. Everyone's talking about we're almost close. It comes from XRP 2020. When the lockup occurs, they are going to issue in a new system. Don't get left behind. Let's watch this video.
They're pumping it more. To do what? Prevent a liquidity crisis or a complete lockup. When the lockup occurs, notice my terminology, when it occurs, they're going to issue in a new system. And I've told you about this for years, that a new system is coming. This new system will not be gold backed. It will not be commodity backed. This is how central banks keep their power. Their power exists in one thing: their ability to issue debt backed by nothing. We have killed millions to make sure we have a fiat monetary system and the petrodollar. We will continue to kill millions more to make sure this happens. This coronavirus right now is very suspicious. Okay, it comes at a time where the market is at a maximum bubble. Okay, they're blaming everything on the coronavirus, and leaders around the world, all of them, including the President of the United States, are calling on more debt, more liquidity. We need more of it. We got to go negative with regard to rates. Do you understand? This coronavirus is giving the central banks exactly what they need to issue in the final solution to become the lenders and buyers of last resort. You're the borrower, you are the slave. Personally, I believe this was dispersed purposely to issue in the final solution.
Why do we think Ripple is working with regulators and all of these things beforehand? XRP. Now this is part one.
FinTech, that Bitcoin is dead as far as utility. Any answer?
I'm not sure that we have Bitcoin experts on the panel. Does anybody want to? Okay.
So I've been involved with Bitcoin since 2011. It's what got me into the technology, to the blockchain. I believe Bitcoin is what brought the innovation. So when I talk about the blockchain in terms of innovation, I will actually mention Bitcoin. Like, this is what brought it. I don't think Bitcoin is dead. I think it's developing at its own pace. It doesn't need it's withstood many, many different types of attacks both technical, social. There's been a lot of questions about mining power, centralization, all these kinds of things, but yet it just keeps going. I think we're on going on 9 years now, something like that. That's been running, 99.99959 uptime over 9 years. So it's quite incredible. It's quite an incredible innovation. If I were to look forward, right, could we say that Bitcoin could become some kind of standard, like reserve currency of the world? I think that's actually possible. I don't see why not. You know, people talk about the issue of the energy consumption behind Bitcoin. But at the same time, we look at the existing financial system, and we look at all of the energy consumption there and all of the national interest behind these currencies. And so there's a lot more behind a reserve currency than we think. What I'd like to talk about when I talk about Bitcoin is the actual innovation, which was, if you look at an ATM machine, right? You talk about the ATM machine, it's a very simple user interface, but behind that ATM machine, there's an extraordinary amount of technology and networks and regulations and auditing and clerks and people and air conditions and offices. There's so much infrastructure to make that ATM machine work. And here comes Bitcoin with a few thousand lines of code on a distributed network, essentially solving the same fundamental problem. Right? So I think Bitcoin deserves a lot more respect than it's getting. You know, it's really where the innovation came from.
I got into cryptocurrency with Bitcoin, you know, then I went to other altcoins such as XRP because I seen the technology behind XRP and how it could revolutionize the world. Let's go to part 2.
I think Bitcoin is the Ford Model T, in my analogy earlier. It was the first breakthrough that gave us a lot of attention, hope, and hype about how that technology could be used, but it hasn't shown the ability to scale or mature to be used in an enterprise way. So when you look at things like scalability, it get 2 to 8 transactions a second, that's not going to solve enterprise use cases, or even a growing number of retail use cases. The mining is still shown to be very inefficient and costly from an environmental and energy perspective. So I think it was indeed a breakthrough, but you have to take the technology and evolve it. Very similar to Ethereum, and Ethereum I think now has very clear examples of how that's evolved. You can look at Quorum, the JP Morgan platform that is based off Ethereum and specialized for their use cases. I think securities or trade finance is where they're focusing on some of those platforms. But it's this cycle of specialization that has to occur. So I give Bitcoin a lot of credit in that it was that breakthrough, but I think for greater use, particularly in an enterprise setting, I think it lacks the governance right now to be able to evolve that platform forward. Now, that doesn't mean I do want to say, I think some of the retail use cases, the first use case for Bitcoin and digital currency was very retail focused. And I do see that meeting consumer needs. Consumers are using that for remittances in many cases. There's also a lot of speculative investing there. So I do think that is indeed, it's meeting needs. We do need some regulation around that now to make sure that's done safely. But there's this recognition that there's many use cases now emerging, not all retail, some enterprise as well, including for the digital currency.
Again, that was the first coin, guys. It was first out the gate to show people, that we can use these types of technology to improve the world. There's lots of other coins rather than Bitcoin that can do a lot of more things, that's better in my opinion, like XRP. Now guys, we're into the fun part of XRP and the XRP community. We can see here from J9 Dalton, be prepared, be alerted. Look at this, guys. Completed once again. And then we got 30 and then Europe right there. So when we go down here, 30 question mark, 30 days starting March 11th. And then that's on a Friday, I'm pretty sure. So we'll have to watch out as well for this date. Report tweet out, 11/3 was a marker date for the final stage of the plan and will last 30 days. Between 3/11 and 4/11, United States currency, 3 days after a full moon, April 8th, 9th, and 10th. The 4th and the 11th, 8th April, supermoon, Easter Sunday, BG123. So that's quite interesting. The 11.3, that's 30 days after. The 11th again, what J. Delton stated. Now if we go down here, we see April there. 2-4 equal April. April again, as we see right there. So a lot of things are connecting. Again, guys, April might be the month, honestly. It might just be. Bubba Cooks has tweeted a lot of stuff. For some odd reason, I believe people believe XRP will gradually rise in price. This is false. It will happen in the blink of an eye. The world won't know about it. Everyone will miss it. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Don't believe me? TikTok. So again, guys, the price won't gradually rise. I guess it will just skyrocket so everyone misses out. Now if we go up here, only thing that matters is this. Marvin is real, Bearable Guy 123 is real, Mr. Pool is real, Ripple Riddler is real, Yo-Yo is real, whether you like it or not. Our insiders told us exactly what PDF and research never could. In MG I trust. So that was the last tweet for today's video. There's a lot of interesting stuff happening in today's video, guys. But anyways, guys, if you guys did enjoy it, please leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. And yeah, guys, see ya.